Hello, welcome to Maya with Haste. George here, and in this video we're going to take a look at a problem that pops up all too frequently, especially when you're dealing with multi-monitor setups and moving between a laptop or maybe a desktop. You might not realize this, but Maya actually stores information on where your windows are placed and what their sizes are every time you close Maya down. Sometimes Maya storing this information can become a real big problem, a major nuisance, and maybe you have a multi-screen setup at one part of the day, or you go to your house or something and you move your windows to work with a multi-screen setup, but then you go home or maybe to a different setup with fewer screens or more screens, and all of a sudden you can't find any of your windows. You might try to use, if you're on a Windows system, the Windows and arrow keys to try to shift it up, down, left, and right, but that doesn't always work. What we're going to cover now is how to handle that. So I'm going to go to Window and UV Editor, and as you notice, I clicked it, but it's not showing up anywhere on my screen. Now, this is partly because I'm not recording my full screen, but it's also because I've taken my UV editor and moved it way off and then disabled my other monitors, and there's no way for me to get it back. So how do we handle this? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do actually is close Maya, because every time you close Maya, it's going to save your preferences, which means if you do what I'm about to show you before you close Maya, Maya is just going to override it again and set it all back to the way it was. Now, before we close Maya and do this, let's go to the place we need to. If you're using a Windows system, Maya is going to store those preferences under a Documents folder, your Documents folder. Inside is a Maya folder. Over the years, I've had several different versions of Maya installed on this PC, so I have quite a bit of history. In this case, I'm using Maya 2016 LT for these videos. That's the Steam edition that I'm running with. If I open this up, we have a series of different folders. What you could do is actually destroy this entire folder, delete it on out, and it's not going to cause any problems. Maya will regenerate that information upon reopening. So I did just destroy that. Let's see what happens. I'll move this out of the way and load up Maya real quick. All right, here we are. And actually Maya is not in the window because it reset to the 00 location, so I got to bring it back over here. What we'll notice here is that the folder regenerated upon Maya starting up again. It recreates all this information. Now that's sort of using a nuke button to solve this problem. But you can actually do it far cleaner and with a lot more finesse, especially if you have preferences saved that you don't want to lose, or maybe scripts and so forth that you want to keep along. Right now, because this folder was just regenerated, there's not a whole lot of information here. Let's go ahead and open up a folder really quick. Let's open up maybe the outliner, put that someplace. Let's open up the UV editor, which is the one I really want to talk about, and place it somewhere over here. Now let's go ahead and close out of Maya, refresh things really quick. So let's take a look now at our preferences folder, and we're going to see there's all kinds of information, but really what we're interested in is this information down here, specifically the windowprefs.mel file. You can open this in Notepad, WordPad, or in my case Notepad++. So what this file is doing is storing Windows preferences. And you can look here and see the top left corner, the height and the width of everything, the whether or not it's maximized, and then of course at the end, the most important part for us is the name. Now a lot of these have very easy names to understand, like the outliner or the hypergraph. These match one-to-one with the Maya names we're going to be familiar with. However, the UV editor doesn't have such a simple name. In this case, it's called Poly Texture Placement Panel 1 Window, which really makes sense. You're placing the polygon's texture information in this window, so yeah, it kind of makes sense. Now you can either manually change these values if you want to, or just hit backspace or delete, save that file out, close it on up, and then let's open Maya back up. Here we are, Maya's loaded back up. If I go to Window, UV Editor, it's actually spawning slightly off screen, but enough so I can see it. And here you can see I've gotten my UV editor back. So that's what I recommend you do in order to reset your windows inside of Maya. You could either nuke the entire folder if you wanted to, if you don't have anything important to save, or you could go into that Windows preference mel file, edit it, and of course change whatever window you want by either directly changing the corners that it starts at, that where it spawns, or of course just nuking the entire line so it resets back to the default values that Maya would place for you. Now that was a quick video, but a very important one that I wanted to get out of the way. I almost always have at least a few students every semester asking me what happened to my Windows, going into their system, nuking things, sometimes even uninstalling Maya and reinstalling it. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more, and comment below on other videos you would like me to put up here discussing Maya or other topics. Thanks again. Bye.